Throw them on TV. Oh, shit. Skinny Hardaway Southern T, back with another EP. And y'all do your good brother a favor. Y'all smash that like button for your boy. Smash that like button for your boy. Today, I'm basically in here, I'm on my own type of time again. I'm in my own head and in my own thoughts. You know what I mean, with this Southern T. Y'all know me. I could be an asshole, you know what I mean, but I'm a very literal kind of guy, right? I take things literally for exactly what they are. And I do understand that it's a press conference going on right now, but y'all know that the grind never stops. I'm just over here thinking to myself, right? I went back to find this particular tweet, right? I had to make sure that I went back to find this shit, man, because I want to make sure that, I quoted this exactly for what was said, right? Y'all remember, right, in the thick of the Earl and Bud situation, right around the time where, everybody kept playing the Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford video where that was in Las Vegas, right, where Earl had on the red suit, Blood and Bud had on the black and whatever, and they had their back and forth right around the heights of that, right? Like when that Earl was ducking and Bud was ducking, shit was real heavy, like it was real heavy around this time, right? You had Team Crawford, Team Crawford and their fans going hard. Oh, Earl ducking. You had Team Spence and the Spence fans going hard. Oh, Bud ducking, right. Everybody saying, oh, Earl Spence ducking because he said he go fight him later on. They said Earl was ducking because they could have fought right then and there, right? And they didn't fight, so we had to wait, even though Terrence had said like before that moment that, he wasn't looking to fight Earl Spence. But I'm just like, it's like the thing that I preach most, right, is consistency. I try to be, if I ain't nothing else, man, I try to be consistent, bro. I'm going to be consistently a fuck up, or I'm going to be consistently good. I'm going to be consistently in your life or consistently out your life. I'm going to talk to you consistently every day, or I'm consistently not talk to your ass at all. You know what I mean? So I'm the kind of guy who likes consistency. I like to know stuff. I like to be able to depend on stuff. I like to be able to count on it, right? You know what I mean? So I like being consistent, right? I like consistent people, right? I like being consistent. I like consistent people, So I'm a very consistent guy. So let's get into this real quick. So I had people telling me, right, in the thick about it was good, OG Eric, G5, where the hell you been, G5? Where the hell you been, G5? Shout out my guy, G5. This junk gonna go as long as it takes G5 to start up his morning grind. So appreciate y'all sliding through. What's good, Phil? OG Eric, what's good? Big Tex, TWT. My guy DS. I don't know if I spoke to you. OG Eric, yeah, what's good? Salute from work. Make that money, man. Get that money, man. Get the whole bag, not just a little bag. Get the whole bag, OG. Shout out to my guy, OG Eric. Brother Five, what's good? Let me drop the flames one time for my brother Five. Drop the flames for my brother, Big Tex. Hey, but hey, yeah, I like consistent people. You know, I'm all about consistent, right? So if you were telling me, if you were one of the people telling me, right, that Earl Spence was ducking Bud because Earl said that he wanted to go get the other belts first, right? He wanted to clean out his side of the street. You know, however you said, he wanted to take the easy route. He wanted to clean out his side of the street. He wanted to get the belts, however you want to chop it, right? If you're one of the people who told me or who said, right, you didn't have to tell me. If you're one of the people who said that Earl Spence was ducking, right, because he said he wanted to get the other belts first, right? Because I had many people tell me that Earl Spence was ducking because he wanted to fight Sean Porter and Manny and Ugas or whatever, you know, first, right? So if you're one of the people who feel that way, now I want to talk to you. I want everybody who felt that way front and center. I want everybody who felt that way front and center. I want everybody who felt that way, you know, to report to this Southern T. I want everybody who felt that way to chime in. You know, everybody within the sound of my voice. Big Dog Willie, what's good, TWT? Appreciate you sliding through this jump, Big Dog. My brother, Big Dog Willie, TWT is in the motherfucking building. Good, Big Dog, right? So this is not for the real Bud fans, right? This is not for the real boxing fans. This is not for the people, you know, who just want to see this fight happen. This is strictly and only for the people who were saying that Earl Spence was ducking because he said, you know, I wanted to get the other belts first. I'm only talking to these people. Now, I personally didn't feel like, he said, Merchant Khan made some good bread against Bud. Facts. Now, I personally don't feel like that, you know, Earl was ducking Bud, right, when he said, I want to get the belts on my side of the street first and then unify. I personally don't feel like that, but there are people, right, who feel that way. So I'm strictly talking to the people who felt like that Earl Spence was ducking Bud due to the fact that he said, I want to fight Sean Porter and Ugas and Manny first to get the belts, right? And Earl also, in the midst of all that, right, Terrence was saying, oh, Earl was ducking. The fans were saying, oh, Earl was ducking, right? So in the midst of all that, before he ever fought Sean Porter or any of this shit, right, Earl put out a tweet. And I went to go find this tweet, right? I had to make sure I found this tweet so I could quote it right. I went to go find this tweet and I found it, right? Earl Spence said, after I get this third belt, we all will see who's really holding up, the fight. He said something of that. What did he say? Yeah. He said, we'll see who holding up what after I get this third belt, right? So I'm strictly talking to only my Earl Spence are ducking people. Only my Earl Spence are ducking people, right? So if you felt like, right, and let's just say that you're right. I'm going to say you're right, right? I'm going to say you're right. Earl Spence was ducking Terrence Crawford. Earl Spence was ducking Terrence Crawford when he said, let me clean out my side of the street first, and then they'll holler at you. I'm going to say that y'all right. Right? I'm going to say that y'all right. Earl Spence was ducking Terrence Crawford when he said that, right? But since we holding Earl Spence to his word, we holding Earl Spence to everything that he was saying, right? Right? We holding him to everything that he was saying. So Earl Spence also said, after, we'll see who holding up what after I get this third belt, right? So shut the hell up, Big Dog. So this nigga said Spence never ducked Bud, Spence did duck Khan. So right, with that being said, since we hold it, Earl to everything he say, right? Real quick in the chat. How many people? How many belts does Earl Spence have? Real quick, y'all. Real quick. My big dog stupid. G5. Big dog retarded dog. How many belts? How many belts does Earl Spence have right now? How many belts does Earl Spence have now? 3. So what's good, Jay Gibson? TWT. Shout out my guy Jay Gibson. TWT is in the building. Brother Jay Gibb. Slide through. Okay, so let's say that I really believe, right? I ain't gonna say let's say, right? I really believe that Errol Spence ducked Bud Crawford when he said, "Let me get these other belts first, and we can fight for undisputed," right? So I really believe that he ducked him, right? So I was speaking about consistency, right? I'm a consistent guy. I try my best to be as consistent as possible, right? So I'm a consistent guy. So, right, if I'm gonna say that Errol Spence was holding up the fight right then and there, if I'm gonna say Errol Spence was holding up the fight right then and there, because it's a lizard out here somewhere, y'all. It's a little small little gecko. Them jumps be everywhere for that. Y'all got me paranoid as hell. I'm trying to keep it from getting in my house. But yeah, so if I'm gonna say that Errol Spence was good, Jeff. Appreciate you sliding through this, John Jeff. Glad you can make it, Pimp. Glad you can make it. Can y'all do your boy a favor? Can y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in? But if I'm gonna say that Errol was ducking Bud Crawford when he said, "I don't want to fight you right now. I want to get the belts first, and then we can fight," right? So consistently, if I'm gonna say that Errol was ducking right then, Earl also said that after I get this third belt, we'll see who holding up this fight. We'll see who really holding up what, right? So that means right now in this instance, right? Right now in this instance, if Earl was the one holding up the fight 3 years ago because he wanted to get more straps, right? What's good, Charles? Appreciate you sliding through this, John Charles. Glad you can make it. Can y'all do your boy a favor and smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in? I will greatly, greatly appreciate it. So if we go say, right, that Errol Spence was holding up the division back then because he pushed the fight back, right? So right now, if we're being consistent, right? If we're keeping shit consistent, we stand on the same path. Who will be holding up the fight right now? Who will be holding up the fight right now? If Earl was holding it up back then, and now he got all 3 of the belts, technically, who will be holding up this fight right now? Now, let's say that Errol Spence really was holding up the fight. I believe that. Errol Spence holding up this fight, right? He was holding up this fight back then, right? So let's say that I believe it. Errol Spence said, after I get the third belt, we go see you holding up the division. So right now, Errol Spence has 3 belts. Right now, Terrence don't got to fight. Errol Spence don't got to fight. Right? Neither one of them has a fight just yet. Right? So now let me talk to y'all for a second, right? Now, if I felt like Errol Spence was holding up this fight because he wouldn't fight Bud back then, right? If I felt like Errol Spence was holding up this fight because he wouldn't fight Bud back then, right? Then if I'm being consistent and Errol Spence now has the 3 belts, and Errol Spence called out Terrence Crawford after his last fight and said, "I'm coming for that motherfucking belt," right? By the same standard, I would have to feel like Bud is the one holding up this fight right now. You know what I mean? I would have to feel like Bud is the one that's holding up this fight right now. If I'm being consistent, right? If I'm being consistent, I will have to say that Bud is the one that's holding this fight up right now because Earl Spence has 3 belts, right? Bud has 1 belt. Bud called out Earl years ago. Earl said, after I get my 3rd belt, then we'll fight, right? So if Earl Spence, if the blame was on Earl Spence 3 straight years, this year, right? We're talking about present right now. If I had to sit here and listen to y'all tell me that it's Earl's fault that that reason didn't happen, that that fight didn't happen, and I'm telling you that you're right. I'm telling you right now, it's Earl Spence's fault that the fight didn't happen years ago. You know why? Because by logic, right? Earl said, "I'm gonna fight you later." So let's give Earl the blame for whatever the reason was, a good reason, bad reason, whatever, right? Let's give Earl the blame right there because he said, "I want to get the straps first." But okay, hold on, wait, time out. So let's go back before that, right? Terrence Crawford said, "I don't even want to fight Earl Spence. I want to fight Thurman and Manny," right? So if this is the fight that we want in the beginning, right? It was Terrence Crawford saying, "I don't want to fight Earl." So it was Terrence Crawford holding the fight up. If we being consistent, right? But what's good, Omega Red? Appreciate you sliding through. So right, so it's Bud holding the fight up first. And then Bud approached Earl and was like, "Hey, Earl, I want to fight you now," right? So, and then Earl said, "All right, let me get my straps first, and then we'll fight." So now it's Earl Spence holding the fight up, right? Just do what's good, brother. Do appreciate you sliding through this thing. Shout out to my guy Omega Red. What's good, pimp? Appreciate you sliding through. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all smash that like button for your boy. Brother, do what's good, family. TWT in the motherfucking building. Appreciate you sliding through this jump, right? So if it was Bud's fault first because he said he didn't want to fight Earl, and now it's Earl's fault because he said, "Hey, I want to get some belts first, then I'm gonna fight you later," right? Right? After I get the 3rd belt, we'll fight, right? So now that Earl got the 3rd belt, and we still ain't got the fight yet, right? By default, right? If we been consistent, if it was Bud's fault first for not wanting to fight Earl, and then it became Earl's fault because Earl wanted to get some belts first, right? Right now, if we being consistent, right? Who fault would it be? By logic, by the correct logic. Who fault would it be? So when we was telling y'all, well, Earl Spence not holding up the fight, Earl Spence not holding up this fight. He wanted to get unification. He wanted to get the straps first, and then he go fight him, right? So we was telling y'all that, and y'all wasn't buying that excuse. Y'all wasn't buying that, even though it was a good reason for us, right? It was an excuse to you, a good reason for us, right? Which I think is a good reason. I want to get all the straps first, then I'm gonna fight you. I know you got a strap too, so you can say that he ducked you in that sense, right? Because you got a strap too, right? So if Earl was ducking, holding up the fight back then, right, and his reason was I want to get more straps, right? Now he got the straps and he wants to fight. Bud, and now we're here, right? So Bud has to be the reason that we not getting this fight right now. Now, whatever the reason may be, whether it's he want more straps or rather he want more money, you get what I'm saying? It's his fault. Just like y'all, and I'm gonna say we in this instance, right? Just like y'all blamed Earl Spence for holding up the fight when he wanted to get more belts. You get what I'm saying? Whatever the reason being, whether it was a good reason or a bad reason, we're not even trying to decipher that right now. We strictly talking about it being a reason, period. You know what I mean? So if we been consistent, right? If we been consistent, if you truly felt like it was Earl Spence's fault that this fight ain't happened up until now, right now, in this very instance, you got to be telling me that it's Bud's fault that the reason this fight ain't happening. And if you didn't really care about Earl Spence's reason, right? If you didn't care about if Earl Spence's reason being, I want to make this a big legacy fight. I want this fight to be for undisputed because you the best and I'm the best. I want this fight to mean something. If that wasn't a good enough excuse for you, right? Bud, money excuse can't be a good enough excuse for you because this is a sport. Oh, this is a gladiator sport. Yes, it's prize fighting, right? But you get into this sport, to be the best. It should be about legacy. It should be about making the biggest fights possible. So if Earl Spence reason wasn't good enough because he wanted to get more belts to add to his legacy and to make this fight bigger, maybe increase his purse in this fight, right? Maybe increase his purse in this fight. Maybe his problem at first was money, right? But he said, oh, well, I want to get the belts. And by default, you get the belts, you fight big fighters, you increase your purse. You get what I'm saying? So if you feeling like, oh, the belts wasn't a good enough reason, then how could you now feel like that money is a good enough reason when if we boxing and we competing, the belt's supposed to mean more to you than money? You know, you getting undisputed, you beating the best, right? It's supposed to mean more to you than money. But nowadays, we know these fighters don't really give a fuck about legs. I ain't talking about blood. We know these fighters don't really give a fuck. Most of these fighters don't really give a fuck about legacy. Most of them do just care about making the biggest bag. You know what I mean? Type deal. So if this sport is supposed to be about legacy, right, and not money, Earl Spence's reason I want to get more straps, make this for unification, for undisputed, is a much better reason than Bud saying the money ain't there. You know what I mean? Type deal. I'm just saying, like, what's good, DP Rock? Appreciate you sliding through this jut. Glad you can make your pin by saying what's up to Tay. What's good, Tay? Appreciate you sliding through this jut, Tay. Glad you can make it, baby. TWT in the building. Top of the morning to you. Good morning. Who was walked up in here? I got Omega Red. What's good, DP? Appreciate you sliding through this thing, DP, TWT. What's good, DP? But yeah, my bad. I'm in here just having a boxing conversation real quick. I ain't gonna be here too much long. I just want to run this by y'all real quick. But y'all do remember, like y'all get what I'm talking about though. Y'all do remember when Earl Spence said, we'll see who really holding up, you know, the division after I get this third strap. And the reason that I brought this back today is because the reason Earl Spence put that tweet out at that time is because he was taking a lot of heat. He was taking a lot of scrutiny for holding up this fight with Terence Crawford because he wanted to fight other people first, right? He was taking a lot of scrutiny for that, which is why he felt the need to even put that tweet that I got out now up. We'll see you holding this up after I get my third division. So I just want to see, I'm asking y'all, this is a real question to y'all right now. Is Earl Spence a fucking fortune teller? Right? Is Earl Spence a fucking fortune teller because he said, right? Earl said, y'all gonna see who holding this shit up after I get the third belt. And now we hear, and it's a money issue. It's a 50-50 issue. It's the fight can't be in Dallas. Whatever the issue may be, right? Whatever the issue may be. Right now, it will have to be Bud Crawford's fault. Because if it was Earl Spence's fault, for 3 straight years, people told me that it was Earl Spence's fault because he wanted to fight Porter and take the easy route and all that shit. Y'all told me that. So if it was Earl Spence's fault, right now, in the present time, at this very moment, it has to be Terence Bud Crawford's fault. And Earl Spence told you, he said, we gonna really see who holding up what after I get this third belt. It's easy to talk to a man that you know already got a plan. You know, we know how this business works. You know what I mean? Terence Crawford, when he was with Top Rank, he mostly fight top rank fighters. Earl Spence had all the belts on his side at PBC. So he fought them PBC fighters first. You know what I mean? We know how the business works. But when you Bud, you know how the business works too. So you know Earl Spence already had these mega fights lined up in front of him. You know what I mean? On his side. So you knew that man was I was waiting for you, Pop. I was waiting for my guy, Pop. So, what's good, Pop? I'm about to fight for my nigga, Pop. He ain't TWT. Well, he really is, but he ain't. You know what I'm saying? But he is, though. Come on home, Pop. I was waiting on you, Pop. Now I'm strictly, what I'm saying is I'm strictly asking a question, right? And I already told y'all, yes, I'm agreeing with y'all. Yes, it was Earl Spence's fault, right? It was it was Earl Spence's fault. Your truth and you know, he's like, well, Monica's super cool. What happened to Monica? What happened? Oh, my bad. I'm all y'all business. But yeah, so if we being consistent, right? If it was Earl Spence's fault, these 3 years up until now, for wanting to fight Sean and wanting to fight Sean and Manny and who guys doing this thing, I'm gonna say that y'all right. It was Earl Spence's fault. I think it's a good reason or not. I think it's a good reason to get the other belts, make it a undisputed fight, increase the bag. Yeah, I think it's a good reason, but that shit don't even matter right now. We ain't talking about the reason, and we ain't talking about whether good, bad. We strictly talking about who fault it was. If it was Earl Spence's fault at first, because he wanted to fight Sean Porter and them first, if we being consistent right now, whose fault would it be right now in this moment? If we being consistent, whose fault would it be in this moment right now? How many belts does Errol Spence have? How many belts does Errol Spence have? Oh shit, here go Pop with these bulls. You know what, Pop? You know what, y'all fuck it. Pop. PBC don't got the money, bro. Pop, name me the biggest fights. Name me the biggest fights that happened in your life. Like, you know, because Pop, you ain't that old. Pop, we was about 40. Name me the biggest fights that happened in your life, Pop. And you tell me who put them fights on. Or who had a part in putting them fights on. And then you name multiple fights. I guarantee you gonna notice a pattern in all of the big fights. You gonna notice a pattern in all of them. It's gonna be a specific set of fighters who win all of the big money grossing fights that ever took place in boxing. It's gonna be a specific set of fighters in there. I dropped the link for y'all. Click that link. Come on, I want to see what Pop talking about. Because Pop finna tell me, PBC ain't got no money. And I know goddamn well PBC got some money. What's good, DP?
Man, PBC got that money, man. They just looking at the ridiculous price that he's asking for. Now, I mean, I'm not mad at the dude for asking it, man, but somebody should tell, dude, like, yo, man, like, this is what you brought in, and this is what he's bringing in. But personally, I think the problem is, T, and you done talked about this. It's Earl Spence. If it was anybody else but Earl, this fight would have got done. It's Earl Spence. It's who he is. It's the man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not saying he bitter or kind of jealous, but it's something with him there that if I lose to this dude, or I can't see myself losing this dude, so he kind of stuck in between a rock and a hard place right now. I told you, T, I think he petty enough to hold up undisputed, and it's looking like it's coming to fruition. I've been said that.
What up, man? He said, I put my truck in neutral. What? He said, well, top right design on out of money, man. Yeah. My thing is, bro, like, just on the surface, I'm agreeing with you, DP. I'm agreeing with you. It's Bud holding this fight right now. Now, a lot of people ain't going to meet it right. They'll tell you, well, Bud want more money or whatever. But when we told them Earl Spence wanted more belts, that wasn't good enough. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
See where I'm going with it?
Yep.
Earl wanted more belts. Bud wants more money.
Right, because T, like, it's like this, man. If it's a win-win situation for him, like, I got something you want, well, you gonna have to pay for this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna put a price tag on it. So if I lose, oh well, I don't care. I still got my money. And unfortunately, some people think like that. I mean, that's the crazy part about it. Some people think like that. So it's kind of like everything he was saying from jump. You can to go back and see that either it was lies or it was all cap, dog. It don't take a rocket science to figure this shit out, T. I'm just saying.
I just know one thing for sure. Two things for certain, man. I hate to bust everybody bubble dog, but this shit probably ain't gonna happen.
Nah, T, you
ain't gonna happen. Cause it's pricing yourself out is a real thing. And it really don't happen often. But pricing yourself out of fight is a real thing. Like, and that's what's going on right now. Like, what they want to tell us is, right, PBC don't want to pay for Bud and Earl. My thing is, Bud and Earl, especially Bud and Earl, they not worldwide names. Earl is a much bigger name than Bud, but he not worldwide. Most of the people that's gonna come into this fight are going to be boxing fans. Most of them, you know what I mean? And the extra people who do come, they probably come because of Earl Spence, not Terrence Crawford, because Earl Spence is a much bigger name than Bud Crawford. Floyd is a bigger name than both of them. Earl is a bigger name than Bud Crawford, bro. And it's just that. What's going on right now is they want Team Bud want PBC to pay them for the star that Earl is going to be, the superstar that Earl is going to be after he beats Terrence Crawford. I'm gonna say that again a little slow so y'all can hear it, so y'all can understand what I said. Bud, because whoever wins this fight is going to go into superstar status, right? And what Bud is trying to do is he trying to win all the way around. If I lose, I'm gonna get a whole bunch of money and I'm gonna retire. If I beat you, I'm gonna be and took most of the money. You ain't gonna beat nothing. I'm gonna be the man. I've been and raped you. I can't give. That's what Earl said. Y'all gotta pay attention when Earl said, "I give you my shirt, but I'm not finna give you. I'm not finna get naked for you." You get what I'm saying, bro? Bud want all corners. He want the most money, so he could, if he lose, he could go retire. He want the most money, so if he wins, then he get to talk all the shit, because you know he gonna talk all the shit in the world. Y'all know he is. Y'all know he is. You know what I mean? For Bud, it's really better if this fight don't happen. True enough. Because if it don't happen, it's always gonna be that question, oh well, I'm still the best. I'm still the best. But if you actually get in there and fight him, then you will have to go prove that you're the best. You know what I mean? And I made this EP today because look at where we at right now. That man knew Earl had a fight lined up with Porter coming up. That's why he said, I want to fight you. Because he ain't really want to fight.
So let me ask you this, T.
Bud is a much bigger star because he attached his name to Earl Spence.
That's what I was ready to ask you, T. Do you think now, looking back at everything you just laid out, everything that we've talked about for months, do you think this was all systematically designed by Bud to do what he's doing now?
Puppet master.
Okay.
Just look at, because I'm consistent, right? If we being consistent, let's look at the patterns. Just look at patterns, right? Bud wanted to fight Manny Pacquiao. Fight never happened. Bud wanted to fight Keith Thurman. Fight never happened. Bud wanted to fight Earl Spence. Fight ain't gonna happen. You know what I mean? Consistency. Attach your name to a certain fight. He hit the jackpot with Earl Spence right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Attach your name to a fighter. Never fight him.
So why is it so hard? This is my main question. And I guess because I personally ain't never had nothing against dude, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no personal whatever. We all take our shoot our jokes or whatever. But my thing is this, dog. Why when somebody lie to you to your face, T? Like, okay, say somebody lie to you, T, and you know they lying. How can you still justify that person lying and make excuses for a liar? because of his status or star power, because of who he is.
Because at first, a lot of people really believed that, what Bud was saying. They really believed it, so they stood on it. You know what I mean? They stood on it because they really believed it. But now, as time go on, they starting to see like, damn, maybe them folks was right. But because they've been standing on their square for so long,
right?
It's hard to come off it because you've been preaching this for years on years on years. But now you finally realizing the truth. It's like going through a divorce, being with a woman for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Since you fucking from 15 to 28, you with this fucking woman your whole goddamn life, and then boom, y'all get divorced. It's gonna be a shock period. Like, damn, acceptance period. A lot of people can't accept that.
Right.
Bud was shooting them bullshit. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Bud was shooting them bullshit. And they're like, damn, these folks wasn't lying. Damn, is Bud scared? I had to go through it. Damn, is Bud like is he scared of this fight? Nah, because times don't match up because he got this fight. Okay, boom, yeah, that fight. Okay. Nah, he ain't scared of him. Nah, because he couldn't do it then because Earl was in the car wreck. For real. Now he couldn't do it then. And I keep finding myself like constantly, I'm like, damn, I'm constantly making up excuses for this nigga. Like,
right.
I'm like, is he scared of this nigga fool? I don't got no more excuses to make for him. I can't think of no reason right now, bro. And I tried. I can't think of no reason right now them folks wouldn't fight. And guess what the reason was when it came out? It went back to what they were saying years ago. Money. I said, bro, I heard this before. Y'all bullshitting us, bro. You bullshitting me, bro. Bud don't want to fight that man, bro. Bud don't want to fight that man, bro. He probably not gonna fight that man. He did fight Manny Pacquiao. Had Manny Pacquiao name on the dotted line. He got Earl name on the dotted line. He got these people name on the dotted line. Stop playing.
Hey, I think Pop gonna go down with the ship, man. Pop gonna go down with the ship. Pop, it's the reality, bro. And I know you having a hard time accepting it, man. But the facts is the facts, dog. Men move a certain way, and you got to go off people's actions, dog. I mean, we all know that shit, man. The money ain't the issue. I never thought it was the money. Not one time, T. Because if you gonna take less to fight whack ass fighters, but you wait until ESPN, you own the biggest promoting network, and you couldn't get money to make these certain fights, but now that you ain't got a home, you trying to ask for the biggest bag? That just don't make any sense, bro. That don't make no sense.
My bad.
That shit don't make no sense at all. So it's got to be something there, man. I mean,
Pop the link for you, Pop. You ain't even want it. You ain't even want it.
It's got to be something there. I mean,
I'm just looking at it like, man, it ain't nothing left. Like, it ain't no more logical reasons I could really think of. And then he hit me with the one junk that we really ain't got we can't say nothing about that or not. Money. Bro, here you go with this shit again. I'm like, dog, come on, bro. Don't start that shit. Don't start that shit back up, bro. Please don't start that shit back up, bro. And he didn't start that shit back up. It can't always be the money. Why is it always a money problem when it come to mega fights with this man, bro? You ain't fight Pacquiao. I'm thinking you about to fight Pacquiao, nigga. Money. You about to fight Earl. Money. Damn. Who you gonna fight then?
And this is one of the things too, T. He dropped the lawsuit. I don't know if that's going over a lot of people's head, but he dropped the lawsuit. Ask yourself, why did he drop that lawsuit? I'm just saying, man. I mean,
and to really get into specifics, he didn't refile it. He didn't refile it. They tried to do it in federal court. The Fed said this shit too small for federal court. You got to file it in state court. And Bud never went to go file it in the state court. So by default, he dropped it. Just to get into the details of it. But yeah, go ahead. You're absolutely right though, DP. I just want to tell them what exactly happened with that shit.
Right.
He didn't refile it. When the Fed said, nah, this too small for us, go to the state. He didn't go to the state and do it again. Type shit. So he cool with it, Really, he didn't do nothing. Because I think he knew that shit wasn't no fit. That's not a Fed case. It's not a federal case, bro. You
Right.
knew that. You knew that. You knew that. I know you smart enough to know that. You knew that. But you knew that if you did that, you could say, I sued him. Boom. But anyway.
But you're right, though. You're right, man. And then, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you do all of that, and then it's still, we at a standstill. And this is something I found out the other day. Shout out to BFTB for this. Did you know that the WBA of the WBO mandatories is every 18 months?
Yep.
Every 18 months, T.
Yep.
So it's starting to make sense to me, the reason why they went that route, and it wasn't no more collecting other belts. I'm just saying, man. I mean, the facts is there. I mean, people gonna believe what they want to believe, and like I said, I never said that he was scared. I don't think no fighter is scared to get in the ring. Props to them, but I do think it's the fact that it's him. If this was Udanis Ugas with 3 straps, this fight would have got made. See, if this was Keith Thurman with 3 straps, this fight would have got made. If Sean Porter had 3 straps and he had 1 and it was undisputed, this fight would have got made. It's Errol Spence, I'm telling you.
I just want to see like where we see where we at now, right? We see where we at now, right? So my thing is that man said, after I get the 3rd strap, we go see what's up. And that man got 3 straps right now. That's all I'm saying. He got 3 of them motherfuckers right now. And now it's a money issue again. Y'all see what I'm saying? Now it's a money issue again. I ain't know G5 had one live. Hey, I'm forgetting to fuck up out of here. Y'all head over to G5. Appreciate y'all folks.
No doubt, T.
Appreciate y'all folks sliding through this John Skin Hardaway 17. This ain't the past. This shit, Pop had. Hey, Pop, go to G5, Pop. I'm finna end it. Hold on, wait. What's the Pop? See what you see, Pop.
You say you going G5?
Yeah.
All right.
What's up?
All right, I'm gonna see you over there.
All right. Yo, Skin Hardaway 17. This ain't the past. This ain't the future. But this the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out. Love.